Hi everyone, and welcome back to English Without Borders. I'm Kayla, your English language coach, here to help you with your English fluency, pronunciation, and confidence. English teachers and teachers in general are always trying to be better, find the best way to give new material, find new curriculums, give a better class, relate better to students. And something that I like to encourage my students to do as well is find how they can be better students. Sometimes we reach a point where we don't know what else to do. Maybe we listen to a lot of music, we watch a lot of movies, we read a lot of books. So what can help us get to that next level? Here I'm going to share with you 3 different tips on how you can be a better student. So make sure you're writing these down and thinking about if you really do these and actively implement these different strategies every day in your English classroom environment. My number 1 tip here is to speak up. Use your voice. So many English students are really excited and enthusiastic about starting their language programs, being in a new class, and then when it's time to actually speak and participate, they don't say anything. And I see this a lot in our free classes that we give in English Without Borders every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. People that sit in the shadows for months. And I always see their name pop up in our classes, but they never volunteer to speak. Now, I understand when you're a beginner speaker or you feel that others have a higher level than you, perhaps you are afraid or intimidated. However, I challenge you to swallow that fear, suit up, and say, okay, it's time to participate. Unless you use your voice and really apply yourself by speaking and forcing yourself to communicate, even when it's not comfortable, you will not reach that level of fluency and confidence that you so desire. My second tip, tell us what you need. A really important part of being a good student is communicating well with your teacher or professor. You are the only person that knows what you need, okay? So if you feel like there is something that you are missing in your English language education, an important piece, factor, or part that you really want to grasp and better understand, and you find your teacher is not providing that for you, tell us. Tell us, because maybe we don't know. And all you have to do is raise your voice, raise your hand, and ask that question. See if we can provide topics or materials on a different subject. It is your responsibility as a student to let us know what you need more support and guidance on. At least in American culture, it is never disrespectful to communicate with your teacher that you need extra help in a certain area. And most likely, if you need that help in an extra area, someone else does too. So you'll be helping out other students as well who were too afraid or lacked the confidence to speak up and say what they needed like you did. If the thought of doing this makes you feel uncomfortable, feel free to go to class early and speak with your teacher before class, or stay after class to speak with them privately one-on-one. If you take online classes, feel free to send a private message to your teacher explaining your doubts, and I am sure they will be more than happy to create a solution for your problem. My third recommendation, don't be afraid to make a mistake. Okay, this is something we are terrified of. We are terrified of making mistakes, especially if we are perfectionists. And I've seen this with many language learners, and I can relate to it myself as a language learner. I'm a perfectionist. And sometimes we feel that rather than expressing what we want to say and making mistakes, we'd rather stay quiet and not share our opinion because we're so scared, we're so afraid of making a mistake. But mistakes are good. I promise you that. Every mistake you make shows you the correct path on how to get better and to grow and to flourish in your English language learning education. If you pay attention to the feedback people give you every time you make a mistake, whether it's a professor, your speaking partner, or just another native speaker that you've met and you ask if you say something correctly, every feedback that you get, every piece of advice can be so constructive if you make it so. So make sure you pay attention to that feedback, really understand the situation you were in and why you should make those changes. And that's something that I promise you will remember forever because they're your experiences. They invoke emotions within you, and these are thoughts that you're going to remember in the long term. Making a mistake is the absolute best way to learn, so don't ever forget that. So just to recap, these were the 3 things that I challenge you to do to become a better English learner. If you are doing these things, great job, keep it up. If not, I encourage you to start implementing these things this week in your education. The first one, speak up. You need to use your voice and actively participate to feel more fluent and confident in speaking interactions. Number 2, tell us what you need. Us as professors and teachers, we have to know where you need extra help and support so that we can provide it for you. And number 3, never be afraid to make a mistake. They are an absolute gift and the best opportunity to learn in the long run. Thanks for watching this video today. If you have any other tactics that you use to be a good English student, please comment those below. We would love to hear. To be implementing these things, please make sure that you are joining our free classes in the English Without Borders group every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday so that you can get that practice that you need. I'll see you in class, and until next time, happy learning.